Hey,
Hey,
welcome to Childhood Holdup
yeah,
with Shu.
Shoe the Pixie, and
And-
I'm Brian CrowMn, and we're gonna see if our childhoods were as cool as we think they were.
Probably not.
I have faith.
But maybe.
We'll see. What are we looking at today, Shoe?
Today, we're gonna check out Good Burger, a movie spin-off of a kids sketch comedy show.
It was called All That. It was basically like a kid's version of Saturday Night Live.
I
It was
find
on
it hard to
Nickelodeon.
believe that this existed. So,
This is a thing.
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
And it spawned a movie. So, apparently burgers are involved.
Burgers are involved.
Okay.
And this is from my childhood. This was a super important movie to me as a kid. You know nothing of this.
I've never seen it, never seen all that, never heard of it. However, weirdly enough, the catchphrase was so just like omnipresent at some point that when he told me about it, I suddenly said,
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
somehow I just absorbed that just by being around other people who were into it like him, which is crazy and kind of scary in a way.
It's fine. It was definitely a little wee bit pop culture at the time.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of weird in the sense that, like, I feel like it came out a lot later than it probably should have. All That, like, was sort of a early mid 90s thing, but like Good Burger came out late 90s when, like, pretty much all the people that, like, people from my generation knew about were already, like, long gone from the show. So
That's weird.
it's a little weird.
Are you
But
supposed to say it in the stupid voice, the catchphrase?
yes, you are.
Oh, okay, cool. I remember that. Being like, what is this thing people are saying to me in the dumb voice? Why are we talking about burgers? Is there a... I don't know if I thought Good Burger was an actual chain that, like, you could order from. It's not.
What, kind of like how, like, the Mighty Ducks is like an actual hockey team?
Yes.
No.
That makes me happy.
As far as I know, there is no real Good Burger.
I'm sad. Let's start it. Let's found the Good Burger franchise.
Okay.
And then we can say that in a
And
stupid
then we'll
voice.
say that.
It'll
We
be-
probably won't get sued.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, cool. So, what exactly do you remember about Good Burger?
I remember the basic plot. Because the Good Burger sketches didn't have that. They were just customer comes in to Good Burger, shenanigans ensue. Namely, with the main character Ed, who is one of the main characters in this movie, but not really like the main character. It's actually a completely different person just for the Good Burger movie that we're following this. It's about how he's basically a student. He gets out of summer vacation starts, gets into a car accident, and he needs to get a job for the summer to pay for the car crash, and he ends up working at Good Burger.
Okay, so they added in a relatable protagonist just for the movie?
Yes.
Huh. Okay, but it has other beloved characters in it.
Actually, it's not so much.
No?
It has the main character of the Good Burger sketch, Ed, and I think it features like one that was like a reoccurring customer.
Hello, my name is Connie Muldoon. I'm hosting a family reunion and my oven has run amok.
When was the last time you...
Probably when it first came out on video. And
Okay.
like I owned it. So
you haven't
we're-
watched it recently?
So we're
As an
looking
adult
at like
now.
maybe 10, 15 years since
Damn.
I've seen Good Burger last.
Well, that begs a question. Are you ready? Do you think this part of your childhood's gonna hold up?
I think parts of it will for me. Namely because Ed is the type of character that I love in all fiction.
Awkward?
He's like the passionate but really dim-witted guy. Like, he's terrible at his job, but he loves his job so much. He's a jobber, which is my favorite kind
You
of
love
character.
jobbers.
I love jobbers.
You love
And
jobbers.
Ed is the fucking jobbiest of jobbers. But yeah, Ed does have some brilliance to him in a way.
Oh, okay.
Even if he, like, accidentally stumbled upon it, which, again, just makes him all the more endearing of a jobber character
So
that I
he's
love.
kind of a modern reinventation. That's a word. Yes. So he's kind of a modern version of, like, the fool character.
Pretty much.
So
like,
he has brilliance and
he is
idiocy
the carefree
both
fool.
together. Yeah,
Where,
okay.
like, nothing can touch him.
I like so a classic trope, you know, reinvented in burger context.
I imagine some of the jokes probably won't hold because, again, it's a kid's movie.
Are they
basically.
super topical?
I know this movie has a couple cameos that will be absurdly topical.
Oh, wow.
The only one that I think I really
Who's
remember
famous
is
then?
Carmen Electra. I know Carmen Electra is in this movie.
Who's
She was on Baywatch.
Baywatch? Okay. Wait, wasn't she married to somebody and it was like a thing?
I don't remember.
Wasn't she married to Dennis Rodman?
Maybe.
See, you don't keep track of celebrity relationships
don't.
like I do.
Um,
I don't mean to.
I know Shaq is in it, but Shaq's a timeless character, so that's not really that topical.
We can watch Shaq in anything.
You could watch Shaq in
We
anything
can watch
at
Shaq
any
in
time,
anything.
that's fine.
Anytime.
I'm
Just there to have fun.
I'm sure there's a couple more that I don't
Okay.
even remember.
We'll make a list of celebrity
Celebrity
cameos
cameo
that we
appearances.
realize, and if we miss any, you guys point them out in comments.
Probably the only thing that won't hold up, but I feel like most comedy movies don't portray it very well anyways, is they do visit a mental institution.
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
No.
Comedy
so
doesn't handle crazy.
that's probably not going to be handled in the most sensitive of ways.
acceptable. It's gonna be a little problematic.
It's going to be a little weird watching
Yeah.
that again, I feel like. But we'll see. I think it's going to skew more towards good than bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm making that prediction.
Okay, so it's gonna mostly hold up,
Mhm.
except for the mental bits.
Not the mental bits.
Yeah, not those.
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you say? Are we ready to get started? Maybe
I
get a couple
don't know if
hamburgers?
Yeah, I'm down for hamburgers.
So we're going to get some hamburgers and watch some Good Burger.
From McDonald's, not Good Burger, sadly, but it's close enough.
Close enough.
All right.
So we're going to go do that, and then we'll be back to tell you how it went.
We'll tell you how it held up.
Yes. All right. Bye. Shoo!
So,
We're back from watching Good
Crow.
Burger.
Good Burger. Wow.
First of all, how was your burger?
It was amazing. Okay, check into our other video for Shu's Burger Fast Food Burger Challenge, where I am trying the the main famous burger from several different chains and seeing who is best. I just had a Big Mac. It was amazing. It was like actually terrible. It was messy and the buns squished really easily and it was falling all apart and everything was really unbalanced, but at the same time I just wanted to keep shoving more of it into my mouth.
And what about Good Burger? Your very first time ever seeing Good Burger.
Wow, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Is it as dumb as you thought it was going to be?
No. Okay, like, it's dumb, but it's dumb in exactly the way it should be. Like, everything about it is really warm-hearted and really good-hearted. Like, what I noticed is even a lot of the more, kind of not very good jokes, not very PC jokes, were very warm-hearted. Like, there was a cross-dressing scene, but there was nothing, like, mean-spirited about it. It was just like, this is what's happening. It's a part of comedy, and it's not, like, shameful or it isn't mean-spirited at all. And even the...
Everyone was more bewildered about why it was happening than, oh, haha, they're dressed as women.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't mean-spirited. It wasn't like, oh, this is something bad. It was just like, haha, it's funny because it's unexpected, and then we move on. Also, there were some tropes that I love and that I recognize. Like, crazy twitchy girl with bird-like movements and hunched shoulders.
So what you in for?
I got in trouble for breaking into the zoo and freeing all the kangaroos.
Ah. Huh.
My name is Heather.
Really? My mom's name is Heather.
Really?
No.
So let's talk about the cameos.
Okay, so I pretty much nailed all of the cameos
Except George Clinton.
except George Clinton,
George
who
Clinton shows
you
up-
recognized as somebody. You just
I forgot
and you
his
knew
name. I
who
knew
it
his name was
was, but you just
George.
didn't know his name.
Right, he's only like the foremost artist of funk music, like ever. So that was pretty great.
Now, same with Otis, who was Abe Vigoda.
Yeah,
I
Otis was
I know
great.
he was somebody in The Godfather, but I didn't
here
know
he
his name,
was
so
cranky
that
old
was
guy.
a miss too for me.
Shaq had a great cameo. He pretty much just showed up, ate a burger, and was like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
You know, just shacking it up.
You heard it here, folks. Shaquille O'Neal, a man who enjoys good food.
But there was this moment where they start playing Chariots of Fire, and it was like this beautiful pop culture house of mirrors where they're referring to like all the stuff that is. They're referring to the fact that you play that song when this thing is happening.
Especially during slow motion sequences.
Yeah, they were like, we're having a
Especially in sports movies.
Right, exactly. They're like, I guess it's time to play Chariots of Fire. You get the feeling that the people who made the movie don't even know where that cliche originally came from. They know they have to do it, so they do it, and it's kind of...
Carmen Electra? Roxanne?
I mean, she's not as hot as she should be, considering that her role in the movie is to be hot girl.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days.
I mean, I guess she's hot, but she pretty much just shows up and is hot, and she doesn't really seem to fit into the rest of the movie.
It's because she doesn't.
Except to show us that Ed is just this magical, completely asexual fairy creature, which, you know, we already knew. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a beautiful thing, too good for this world. So let's talk about Ed. Did we do all the cameos? I think we did. Oh, Sinbad!
Sinbad.
Ah!
Less of a cameo, more of an important character.
Yeah, he is an actual character. His character is wonderful. He's this amazing, like, really motivated black pride teacher who's still living in disco era,
Yeah,
70s.
very much disco era.
Yeah, but not like, you know, crazy, crumbling apart, coke everywhere disco era, but like, you know, back when it was this beautiful thing, and he's kind of just still there.
Did you just say disco beautiful thing?
Well, clearly for him, it is.
Clearly for him.
And he was pretty great.
Everything bad happens to Sinbad.
Everything bad happens to...
There was
Well,
a
his
lot
name
of...
was Sinbad.
There was a lot of, like, destruction of vehicles and destruction
It
of
was a
things
thing.
by vehicles in this
Yeah,
movie. A lot more than I remember.
And at the end...
There were fences destroyed, mailboxes destroyed. How many how many car crashes were there in this
But they
movie?
didn't do 3. You know, they didn't observe the rule of 3 with the mailboxes. We saw 2 mailboxes destroyed. I was waiting for the 3rd one. They didn't do it. They broke the rule of 3. I was disappointed by that. But Sinbad definitely, like, had a lot of vehicular trauma going on.
Well, not just Sinbad, like the Demented Hills truck got messed up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The crazy house in this movie is called...
Demented Hills.
Wow.
Just hammering that
I
in. This is
I
a
guess
this
we'll go
asylum
there.
is for crazy people.
So the first scene in the asylum was just Twitchy Bird Girl talking to Ed. And I was like, wow, this is actually way more sensitive than I'd expect. This is actually not that bad. We have Twitchy Bird-like girl with birds in her hair. But then we have, like, the crazy moaning, mumbling people and the weird Frankenstein monster guy in a straitjacket. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here
That
it is.
kills someone, possibly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that happened off screen. We don't know.
Goodness gracious, he's killing Sissy.
And he helps the characters later, so he must be a good guy, right? I thought Heather was going to escape with them. And then she didn't, but then we saw her again in the crowd at the end.
So who knows what happened there?
I think we're not supposed to take the end seriously. It's kind of a end of Labyrinth. Everybody get together and dance along. Crazy house dance scene. That was unexpected and amazing.
I remember that being in the movie. It was just as weird as I remember it being because it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think they got George Clinton somehow, and they're like, I guess we'd better put a disco dance scene in the crazy house. Cool. Even though no one in an institution would be allowed to have hair that cool.
Probably not.
Probably not. But it was cool to see him show up. So, another thing that was cool is that they're like both of the film's main characters are black, and it's no big deal. It's just like, hey, this is that was kind of cool, especially for the 90s. I don't remember a lot of that, so it was cool to know that this existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think back, it's not really that common. There was what?
It still isn't common.
It still is not common. There was like that and Sister and maybe a couple of other things, but there wasn't a lot of like, you know. So that was really neat. I loved the cast. I loved like it's your pretty typical like in sports movies there's like the super motivated organized team, and then there's the bunch of losers and outcast team, and that's what the Good Burger
This is a sports movie, but for fast food.
It is! Okay, am I wrong though?
You're not.
I mean, it hits all the beats of the sports movie, except then you have like the comedy movie big crazy action sequence at the end, which in this case is gigantic, enormous burgers exploding, and somehow enormous meat destroys a building.
A meat quake
That's
destroys
what she
the building.
Said. So yeah, there was a huge action sequence with the exploding meat. So that was, but otherwise it was a sports movie. So we have like cranky old guy. We have like ditzy blonde girl who didn't really show up much. You know, our various losers and such. And then Monique, who I loved. I loved her.
Monique was a great character.
She's a great character. She just was so classy. Whenever the main character Dex would be like skeeving on her, she just like brushed it off and looked so. She was cool.
So, Monique, what are you gonna do tonight after you lock up?
I thought I'd go home.
Home? Why?
Well, that's where my stuff is.
How do you feel about the movie mostly taking place from the perspective of like a bad guy, basically? Like Dex is pretty much a bad guy through
But
like
he's not the villain of
90%
the
of this
movie.
movie.
Well-
He's not the villain of the movie, but he's an asshole.
He's an asshole, and I think the movie shows him that. But like, it's also a pretty standard comedy. Like, you know, guy's loser friend is actually the better person and reforms him by having a good heart. Like, you have a feeling that he was a better person at the end of the movie than in the beginning, definitely. And I think Ed is a huge reason of why that happened. And I mean, he pays for it. Like, he's rejected by Monique when she finds out that he's an asshole. So like, you
And Otis.
and Otis, it gives this probably the most scathing remark in the whole movie when he just looks over and says, "Punk." It's great. It's great. The villain, the actual villain, Kurt. He says his last name
Kurt?
once.
No, it's Kurt.
It was Kurt. K-U-R-T. According to the words at the bottom.
Subtitles.
Subtitles. That's what they're called.
Those have names.
Shut up. He looks like 17 to me. So the whole movie,
I don't get that impression at all.
He's like the Rob Lowe character. In the 80s, he'd have been played by Rob. In the 80s, that's who they would have cast. Whatever. He's the asshole business guy. He looks like 17 to me. So the whole movie, I'm thinking, why is this teenager owning a burger franchise? I don't understand. In what world does this happen? And I didn't get it.
Like, his dialogue is the most 90s thing ever.
It is. It is. It's super 90s.
It really is. Everybody that hates him, or everybody that he hates, they're going in the grinder shoe.
They're going in the
They're going in
grinder.
the grinder.
If you mess with us, you're going in the grinder.
You mess with Kurt and you go into the grinder.
It was pretty great. There was a really great back and forth name thing when he's like,
Who's Kurt?
I'm Kurt.
I'm Ed.
I'm aware.
You said you were Kurt.
perfect. So simple, Like, yeah, it was great. Some of the jokes really fell flat, but a surprising amount of them.
A lot
Number of
more
them.
than I would have initially thought.
A lot of them fell flat.
No, held up.
Yeah, yeah. Like, but I think they really depended on really classic bits. It wasn't nearly as topical. I mean, it was. It was very 90s topical, especially with like an entirely disco-based character. But a lot of them held up. Okay, there was this part. It was really predictable, but Ed's talking to this dog, and he's like, the dog's trying to tell us that some clowns are in trouble. And I was like, in a second, we're going to see that the clowns are really there. And we did, and I was like, perfect. Classic. It was great. I actually kind of liked that movie. It was really dumb. But it was, I don't regret watching it.
Same.
Yeah. Really dumb, wholesome, surprisingly wholesome.
One curse word. Somebody said, Otis said ass once.
Yeah.
I think I broke my ass.
I think I broke my ass. Yeah, I mean, just wholesome in, like, how it felt. Like I said before, it felt really good-hearted, and there's a lot of love in it. And you get the feeling that, like, everybody who's doing the movie kind of is, like, having a good time. Even if they know they're doing a really dumb movie. They're just, like, cool. Was it better or worse? Do you think it was better than you remembered?
This movie was a lot better than I remember it.
But Ed was pretty, his voice got to me. I just...
You could clearly tell he's doing a voice, is what it was.
So, what stood the test of time and what didn't?
Literally almost everything. Like, it's very clearly a 90s movie,
Yeah.
but it wasn't grating, I guess. Like,
You didn't feel like they were trying too hard.
Yeah, well,
Well-
you couldn't have been trying too hard because, like, that's what the time period was. But yeah, it was like, the fact that they did, like, a parody of, like, a 70s character is so 90s. Again,
Oh,
the way Kurt talked, very, very 90s. The portrayal of the mental hospital, literally calling it Demented Hills, very 90s. But it did not age terribly because it wasn't that just on the nose.
Yeah. Like I pointed out before, a lot of it depends on really classic bits, like really old stuff, you know? So, and there was some pratfalls, there was a lot of physical comedy too.
Very, very much so. Like Ed just being like the very stereotypical idiot savant.
Oh yeah, of course. They have this moment where at the end he says something really intelligent and you're like, haha. That was great. Yeah, he's a great character. We should actually talk about Ed specifically. Let's do that now.
Okay.
So Ed's amazing. He, like you told me before, he is like a classic fool character. He's like just super good-hearted.
Carefree, nothing can get to him, nothing gets to him.
Yeah, nothing phases him. He's just like, okay, about everything. In fact, the only thing he gets like worked up about is Shaq. Which, he gets to hug Shaq.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, he gets to give Shaq a burger, you guys! Chariots of Fire time.
Chariots of Fire time.
Chariots of Fire, yeah. Do we have anything else to say about Ed? Ed's great.
That's great. That's
I
great.
can see why you love him. He is every inch the jobber.
Absolute jobber. Unlimited potential.
And I said before that we had a relatable protagonist, but the protagonist, like, he's relatable, but you're not supposed to like him. You're supposed to be like, ugh.
Oh, for
And
like
then
the
you love
first
Ed.
half of the movie, Dex
He's
is a shithead.
I mean, he's not evil, but he's just entitled and really self-centered and just...
Like that first opening scene where like they're just driving pretty much gives you the sense of
Yeah.
everything you need to know about Dex.
Yeah, he's just an entitled, spoiled shithead. And then Ed comes in and changes his heart for the better. It's great. It's great. So, final verdict. Does it hold up?
It holds up. Immensely.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us for Childhood Hold Up.
Yes. You'll catch new episodes on the channel. Subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Brian CrowMn.
And me at Shoe Pixie.
And anything else we might have to link below, we'll have
Oh
that
yeah,
down
my
there.
burger challenge. Woo!
Burger challenge, the Facebook page, A CrowMn Review.
All
will be
that
down
good
there.
stuff.
Yeah, we'll probably have that, and we'll see what kind of childhood needs to get held up next time.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.